Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend.
And I'm James, your black friend.
And this is the Fat and Black Connection.
Where we talk about anything and everything as long as it's interesting to us.
Absolutely, because if it's not interesting to us, it certainly shouldn't matter to you.
100%.
Well, shizzle dizzle. It is April 22nd, 2026. It is 8:03 p.m. Pacific.
Sorry, don't mind me. I thought it was like, this looks weird. It was set up funky. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay, there we go. That's better.
All right, so you're in another new space.
Yeah.
I think I've slept in there.
Yeah, this is this will be my kids' room when.
Once was the studio.
Yeah. I once tried to record in here, but I didn't have enough stuff in here, so I didn't. So that's when I moved to my bedroom. So.
Got to go into the tiny closet, man.
Yeah, well, tiny closet has no outlets or anything.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I would have had to run like an extension cord or something just to get into the closet, but yeah.
Yeah, when we had this house built, so we have, 2 walk-in closets upstairs in the master.
Right.
So we had each of those. Originally, they weren't going to have electrical in them, but we intentionally added electrical to them.
So you could record in there.
Exactly.
Makes total sense, yeah.
Yeah, I will say, for all the issues we've had with the house, that is one of the nice things about Toll Brothers is you can add outlets wherever you want. You can add, certain things.
Cost extra?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
But like when we did the Lennar home, we weren't able to do that. It was, here's your house. And then if you want to, do that kind of stuff, you have to do it after you take over the house and have, an electrician come in and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Have you ever had these salsa verde Tostitos?
No, I can't say that I have. That doesn't sound like something I would like.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, I was surprised because when I opened the bag, it's like to the top almost. I was like, huh? That don't happen. Yeah.
So we are live and interactive. It's 8:04 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to start off with a little drinky drink. So I don't know if you remember, but about a year and a half ago, I went out to St. Lunatic for a conference.
Yeah. And it was some whiskey or something like that.
I had some bourbon, yes.
Bourbon, yeah.
By a company called Wood Hat. And I showed pictures on here, but I didn't have any to drink because I drank it all when I was there.
Right. You said you were going to try and find it.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to find it. However, a good friend of mine who was also in St. Louis with me and enjoyed these bourbon drinks was going back out that way and said, "Hey, I'm heading out there. I'm probably going to stop by the distillery." And I was like, "I need you to do me a favor."
Yeah.
So he
Bring me
picked
that
up-
bottle.
I got him to pick me up 4 bottles of stuff, 2 that I had, or 3 that I had already had, and 1 new one. And tonight I'm going to try a new one.
Oh, okay.
So the distillery is Wood Hat Spirits.
Yeah.
And tonight, what I will be drinking is Queen's Reserve Bourbon Whiskey finished in a honey barrel.
Mm.
Now, bear in mind, I think if you will recall, maybe you don't, but when I had it before, the one which I have 2 bottles of right now, it's called Rubenesque, and it's their bourbon Rubenesque, and it is a 50%, so it's 100 proof. It is the smoothest 100 proof anything I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, I was able to sip this stuff and enjoy it. And you know how I love my Johnny Walker Blue, and that's nowhere near 50% or 100 proof, you know?
Yeah.
So I already had some of that.
You got a new favorite?
Huh?
You saying you got a new favorite now?
Maybe. I mean, it's nowhere near as expensive as Johnny Walker Blue, that's for sure. So this, though, so they make these ones, they're craft, and so they have to put specifically what barrel it came from, and they actually have to handwrite the alcohol percentage because it varies.
Oh, interesting.
So this bottle, which is small, it's a 375.
Okay.
It's a 51.65%. So this is 103 plus percent alcohol. I'm sorry, proof.
Wow.
So on the back of the bottle, it says Wood Hat from Field to Glass. Immerse yourself in the decadence of the Queen's Reserve, inspired by the Queen. Not just for royalty, our bourbon is finished in a honey-imbued barrel. True Missouri product, aged a minimum of 2 years, distilled and bottled by Wood Hat Spirits in New Florence, Missouri.
New Florence.
So you cannot. So what I did find out after this trip, and my friend went and brought me back some literature and stuff. So the Rubenesque, you can get online through them.
Okay.
It is expensive. It's more than if you buy it at like a Total Wine in Missouri.
Okay.
But
you can only find. So this is only sold in Missouri.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh wow.
So, or again, you can order the root. You can't get this one. This one you have to buy at the distillery.
Okay.
But the Rubenesque, which I highly recommend, again, it is 100 proof, but It is delicious. But this one you can only get there. So I'm cracking this. I'm going to crack this thing open, savor the flavor, sip to enjoy.
Yeah, there you go.
Brand new. Oh,
smell that cork, baby.
Oh, this cork is. I don't sense honey in the bottle. Now I'm going to pour some. Oh, it's thick.
Straight up.
Oh, yeah. Got to do straight up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind chilled with this. Well, I haven't had this. This is much darker in color than the Rubenesque.
That poured heavy too.
Yeah. Like I said, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's very thick.
It looked heavy. It's the honey, bro.
So again, for like a whiskey bourbon, normally when you smell them, it like hits you and like opens up your sinuses and stuff. This, again, being 103 proof, like it does not smell like it's that strong. I mean, there's definitely the whiskey punch a little bit, but all right, here we go. There is some heat. And here's the funny thing. It's not that much more than the Rubenesque, but there is definitely some heat there on the back. and it very much coats the tongue. It's nice. It's like a warm hug. Olaf would love this.
My mouth. And I like warm hugs.
Yeah, this is it's good. I don't really pick up honey though. And now that I've set it down,
well, it's from because it's just the barrel is like, so I mean it'll pick up some of it, but it won't. I mean,
but I just set it down on this counter, and it actually has a very red tint to it.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, I can kind of. Oh, I mean, maybe yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, no, because I mean, maybe it's just because of the barrel, man. Like maybe so, like the barrel is honey barrel, but it doesn't mean that the. Well, no, that's not true because sometimes when it's put in, you can kind of taste that. Kind of taste what was put in the barrel with other.
Well, I've got to step away for just a second because I promised my wife I would pour her some.
Huh?
Yeah, she wants to try it. So
wow.
I'm going to step out real quick, pour her a little bit. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Has she? I mean, yeah, I've seen her drink before, but man, got a new shirt. Yeah, that's that man, Oba Femi. If you watch WrestleMania, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so these are good chips. If you haven't had these, I don't know who's watching. If you've had the Tostitos Salsa Verde, not sponsored, but if they watch, I'll take it.
Don't waste it. Bring it over here.
Oh, we'll take that Tostitos money. Or actually, no, Tostitos is Doritos. Right?
She's like, oh, it smells sweet. And then she sips it. She's like, oh, I do not like this.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you'll be fine. Just drink it. And she's like, I'm going to pour it down the drain. And I'm like, no, you're not. So now I've got to drink all of this. Oh darn.
Oh no.
I definitely will say I much prefer the Rubenesque. I think it has a much more rounded flavor. It doesn't like hit as hard. It is much more palatable. This is good. It's just it's a different good. It's not the kind of good I want right now.
It's for sophisticated tastes.
No, it's not that. It's just I don't know.
It's different.
Do you have anything to enjoy, eat, drink, anything?
No, I just said the chips. This is the first time I'm having these salsa verde chips, and so they're pretty good. And I just got a normal watermelon lime. There's a new beer club coming soon. I saw an email, so it was like nice. Gotcha. Nice.
So did you watch the new Daredevil that released this week?
Oh, damn. No.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I normally I would have watched it. I normally would have watched it last night. We were watching. What were we watching? We were watching a couple different things. We were watching the Hollywood. It was on the DVR. Hollywood, something or other, like the boy bands, and it was about like some of the stuff that the boy bands went through with like Lou Pearlman and some of these other guys. Yikes. Then we were watching something else, and then I was making some Cheddar Bay biscuits, but I saw this recipe on YouTube where you add like breakfast sausage. So I used Jimmy Dean hot and mixed it in with it. They came out pretty good. I had a couple of those last night. I make them just like little sausage balls or whatever. But then Trevor Noah. I was going on Netflix to watch something else, and Trevor Noah had a new comedy special that came out. So I was like, so I ended up sitting down watching that. So yes, my apologies on not watching Daredevil.
I don't enjoy the Trevor Noah. I don't know. I didn't like him on Daily Show. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, he's not for everybody. I mean, I enjoy Trevor Noah. I enjoy Trevor Noah. Oh, and then and actually, you know what else I watched after that? I watched that the new Kevin Hart comedy show. Well, it's not really a comedy show. It's like it's Funny AF.
It's like the next top comedian or whatever.
Yeah, basically. And so last night's show, or not last night's, they filmed this, I guess, a while back, but they have like 3 episodes up front and then 2 episodes or 4 episodes, whatever, it doesn't matter. But however many episodes they have up front, they have some coming later on. They have some coming out next week. But there was 14 comedians in New York, and they were kind of from all over, not just New York, but they had some from like Philly, and one was from California, things like that. But they all went up 14, and then they choose 5 to move on to the what they call for the next round, which is the callbacks. And they're doing, and so like the thing is that they're also gauging the audience because they're doing this. They were at the Comedy Cellar in New York, I believe it was. So, you know, that's a pretty big big comedy club in New York. And then they have one in LA and Chicago, LA, Chicago, and yeah, I think that's it. So, you know, it's a lot of comedians, very funny. The ones that they did choose, very funny sets. So, you know, I'm actually kind of interested to see what happens, because they basically, whoever wins this competition will have a Netflix comedy special. So
at this point, the majority of what we're going to be talking tonight is wrestling, because this last weekend was WrestleMania weekend. And there's a lot to discuss. So that's what we're here to do tonight, because that's what we want to talk about. So we understand not everybody who watches us loves the wrestling. So we respect, but that's what we're going to be talking about. So starting off with WrestleMania week, World at WrestleMania, day 1. Evidently, there were 2 matches that happened at WrestleMania World. Tatum Paxley defeated Alba Fire for the NXT Women's North American title.
Huh? There was they had matches?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defeated Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Okay. Was that for like number 1 contendership or just?
Well, so, you know, a lot of the time when they're
SMG.
doing, no, it was just a match. It went 11 minutes and 7 seconds. This took place at the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, so part of it is you're going to a wrestling convention, in essence. You want to see some wrestling. And it's also a way to get these guys on the roster, you know, get them some WrestleMania money without them actually being on any of the shows.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was day 1, and that was Thursday.
Okay.
Day 2, Friday at World of WrestleMania, or whatever they're calling
WrestleMania World.
Whatever.
WWE World. That's what it's called. WWE World.
So this is WWE World Friday, April 17th, again at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We had Lola Vice against Jada Parker for the NXT Women's title.
Lola had to win that.
Lola Vice won.
Yeah.
Then we had Kendall Gray defeated Ivy Nile.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Sol Ruka defeated Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dane, yeah.
And for the NXT Championship, Tony D'Angelo versus Bravo Americano.
Interesting. Olay. So, maybe. Is that what I heard? Wait. You said that was on Friday?
Yes, that was Friday morning, afternoon.
Oh, never mind. No. Because we went in the afternoon.
So Friday evening, of course, was SmackDown, which you were in attendance.
Yep.
Where were you sitting?
So we were in section.
Sections aren't going to matter. We don't
Oh
have.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Basically, we were facing the entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
I was very cognizant of that this time. So we were actually behind. We were behind where the commentators off the floor. The first, like, where once you get off the floor and it breaks up, we're in that section right there, row L. So we had.
Oh, you were much lower.
Yeah, we had.
You didn't go from the nosebleeds like you did me last year.
No, and actually that wasn't even on purpose. Like, it was just trying to find, trying to find the best seats for the price. And these seats that I was able to get this year were actually not badly priced at T-Mobile.
And this was you and your brother?
Yeah, me and my brother went. And so that was it was SmackDown it was okay.
Weak. It was weak. We open up with a 8-person tag team street fight.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm tired of street fights not leaving the ringside.
Yeah,
if you're gonna have if you're gonna call it a street fight, it needs to at least go up into the concession area or backstage or something.
Yeah, like they need to do something more with that, because like back in the day when it was a street fight, it was actually like a street fight. Like, like they would end up outside the arena in some cases.
Yeah. But this was JC Mateo, Solo Sikoa, Tala Tonga, and Tama Tonga.
The MFTs.
Now, I've been watching wrestling for a very long time, and I keep hearing MFT. What does MFT stand for?
My Family Tree.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely, what is MFT? Like, I don't remember an episode where.
Yeah, he said he like when they first started, when he was pulling those guys together, he was like, "This is my family tree," and
even though pretty much none of them are actually in his.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. That's he because this is his family. This is because after the bloodline and everything, this is his family.
Gotcha. Next up, we had a WWE Tag Team Championship. Damian Priest and R-Truth defeated Grayson Waller and Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Again, weak.
Good times.
Next up, we had Tiffany Stratton defeated Jordan Grace, and I believe that was for fun, because I don't remember. Was it for one?
No, it was for just a match they had.
Yeah, no background, no history, so like just kind of again throwaway. And then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which was not the longest match on the show. You would expect a 20-person, give or take, Battle Royal to last longer than the opening match, the street fight, which went 14 and a half minutes.
How long was it?
The Battle Royal was 10 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because then they had Cody Rhodes closed out the show, which was like, ugh.
And CM Punk.
Yeah, it was just.
Royce Keys won the Andre the Giant. Now,
sure did.
Powerhouse Hobbs to those still new to who he might be.
Right.
From EPA, East Palo Alto. Rolls hard. But I've never been a fan of when somebody is pushed by WWE hard like this, rather than genuinely like getting it. Like we'll talk more about him, but Oba Femi, I think, has genuinely, organically earned how over he really is already.
That's the thing is I think Royce Keys, yes, they are pushing him, but he was actually a lot of people were very excited when he came out, because he was one of the ones with an entrance. So like a lot of people, the crowd was really behind him when he came out.
Yes. How many Royce Keys shirts did you see sold?
Oh, I didn't see any. He didn't have any shirts. He had 0 shirts. Well, at least that I saw, because like when you go, so like I said, we went to WWE World, just the Superstore. So what we did wrong, Mark, when we went to the ones, or we went in, but they like where they were. I guess they had another entrance on the other side. I think we went on the other side. We needed to be on the back side of the convention center where we could have, where that's where the store was. And it, again, free to get in. And but I think, yeah, we didn't, I asked the wrong person, basically. That's what ended up happening there.
Did you end up going back to the arena store?
Yeah, so we went to the arena store, and it was like it was again less stuff. I'm still kind of bummed because we went back the last day, and they closed super early on the last day, of course, because they're trying to get the heck out of there. But there was the John Cena host shirt. He had like two different shirts this time around. It was like one that looked like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that kind of blurred, look to the picture, and then he had another one where it was like the different kind of versions of him throughout the years, with like a hotel sign with the "You can't see me" on the side. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get that. And then like I was like, you know what, nah, I think I need to get that shirt. And I went back, and then all the shirts were gone. And I went online, can't find them. And actually, you know what else pissed me off was there was an A's jersey. They had like an A's, jersey. Like we kind of did. They had a new one for like the Knights jersey, but the quality did not feel like the same quality that we had for the jerseys that we got. They had the Raiders jerseys again, and then they had it was a basketball jersey, but it looked like the WrestleMania 13, I think it was, that was out there. And so it had like 13, whatever year that was, 25 and 26 on there, which was kind of cool, and had the old school logo. But yeah, no, they had this A's jersey that was like the green and gold. It had WrestleMania where the Athletics would be, 42, had where Stomper normally is, like casino chips, like WM type still. And I was like, sweet, I definitely want to get one of these. And I was looking through the rack, and I didn't see a 2X. And I was like, yo, do you got any more of these in the back? They were like, nah. And I was like, all right. He's like, check online though. And I went online, can't find them. They have other baseball jerseys. They have like a black and white stripe baseball jersey. But I was like, that's not the one I want. I don't care about that. Like, why would you even? I mean, I understand why you have it, but that's not the one I want. Like, I want this one, but they don't. Yeah, they didn't have it anywhere online. And the John Cena shirt that I wanted, I went online to look. They were all sold out. They only had small and medium, and I was like, that's not going to work for this guy.
Yeah, no, probably not so much.
Yeah.
So that was Friday night. Again, I felt like it was very much a throwaway. It was not, to me, it did not feel like a go-home show, especially for WrestleMania. It felt very weak. We also had the Pat McAfee, like him and Randy, like 15 minutes or whatever of garbage.
Yeah, Randy opened the show. Randy opened the show with his with him, like his whole promo.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it in a minute.
Yeah.
So that leads us to WWE World Day 3. So this was Saturday morning over at the convention center. You had Harlem Lewis defeating Cam Hendricks.
I feel like those might be what's that other show they have? Not Elite. What's that show called? Whatever that show is on Tubi.
Callie Armstrong defeating Nikita Lyons.
Yeah, that's. Oh, actually, no. Callie is coming over. She's coming to NXT, I think, and I don't know if she made her debut this week or not, because I haven't watched NXT from this week.
And Axiom defeating Grayson Waller.
Yeah, that's probably kind of a given. Grayson Waller has kind of just become a joke now.
This leads us to WrestleMania Night One, Saturday, April 18th, Allegiant Stadium. 50,816 was the attendance. I'm sorry, 817.
17, yes. Yeah, correct, bro.
So right away off the top, before we like dive in, the first comment I'm going to make in general is I hate WWE right now. So did you end up going?
No, not on Saturday.
Okay. So I hate WWE right now. So you watched then, and you therefore had to watch on ESPN or Disney or wherever, but
No, I
you
watched it. We watched it on the app.
ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But why am I paying for this service to sit and watch commercials?
Yeah.
When people were saying in the stadium they were getting
commercials.
They were getting the trailers or the normal videos we would see before a match to kind of set up the match.
Yeah, I mean some of that, but not. Yeah, that being again, like that's one of the reasons I don't really watch kickoff shows, because I know most of the time I'm going to see that stuff during the taping, or it's going to show up on there. But we got commercials, which was like, huh? And I couldn't fast forward through them. Actually, because we were watching live, so it was.
Yeah, I really don't understand why we're having to pay for this premium service to then still sit through commercials.
What who do you have cable wise?
Cable wise, I don't have cable.
You don't have cable? Oh, okay.
No. I have the Bundaroo, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN.
Okay. Yeah.
And I have the premium, like no commercials, no ads. So
right. Yeah, because we have ESPN through Cox.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean it's like, I could understand like a couple, like maybe like a minute or two of commercials, but bro, like for you, yeah, paying for that, no, definitely not. But like the whole like it was like 2 minutes of commercials, and then like I guess they weren't set up, so it was like another like 2 minutes of commercials. I was like, what the hell is this, bro?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's WWE, I don't know if it's ESPN, but they need to get their crap together, because this can't happen. Like, I get it on Netflix, where it's normally Monday Night Raw, and like we're very accustomed to having those commercial breaks. I'm still annoyed because I wish there were more of a variety of commercials than the same three every single commercial break. Yeah. But for pay-per-views or PLEs, we should not be having to sit through commercials, especially when there is content. Like WWE usually does an extremely good job with their video packages to set up matches. Like, I don't enjoy them personally. I don't need them because I do watch every week.
Yeah.
But their production quality is good. And I'd rather, if I'm going to have to sit through something, I'd rather sit through that than sit through commercials.
True.
But let's talk about night one. Opening match. Well, first John Cena comes out and opens up the show.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was like, oh, is Vinnie Mac back?
No.
Because he almost had the Vinnie Mac walk.
Well, he was trying to run down to the ring in the suit.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't lift up his arms all the way.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was like.
But he was like, welcome to WrestleMania. And it was like. So we have our opening bout: Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and LA Knight against the streamers Austin Theory, IShowSpeed, and Logan Paul. 6-person tag.
Yeah. This
was a 7-minute match. And here's the other thing that I'm going to really harp on here is the match lengths. This is a 7-minute match, all for the spot post-match. Because the match was garbage. It like, who cares? Like, nobody cared about this match to begin with. And then the fight isn't even good. And the only thing okay coming out of it is seeing IShowSpeed jumping off the turnbuckle through a table on Logan Paul.
Yeah. That was actually quite
like from a logical standpoint, why did the faces, Jimmy, Jay, and Knight, why did they go help IShowSpeed? There's no reason to do that. IShowSpeed hurt them, attacked them previously. Like, there is no.
Remember, it wasn't his fault. It was the curse, bro. It was the curse.
Anyways. Next up, probably the one of the biggest disappointments of night one. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned street fight.
Yeah, again, that was, I'm like, bro, why are we in like when they have a street fight, the ending in the it should be falls count anywhere. Like why is everything taking place at the ring? I don't know.
I really didn't get into this match. You're going to have the big red toolbox, and you're going to have Jacob Fatu getting busted in the head, but there's no blood. Like, this makes no sense. This is garbage. It was, to me, it was a throwaway match.
You know, Simone's got a hard ass heads, man.
I mean, if I'm stabbing you in the head with a friggin' wrench, you're going to get busted open.
Well, you know, I don't know, but all I know is I mean, Jacob, he definitely needed to win that match, which I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not really like, oh, this is a great match. This is a good, whatever, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay. Next up, we had the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championship, where we found out at the start, before the match started, we found out one person per team is legal at all times.
Yeah.
But they waited until then to tell us.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they've done when they've had Fatal 4-Ways before. That's how it's been.
No, they've very often done Fatal 4-Ways where only two women could be in at once, but you could tag anyone. And
no, this one was this was actually a little bit better that way.
So this was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, supposed to go up against the Bella Twins, but unfortunately Nikki, evidently not medically cleared, so called in an old friend. The returning
Paige. It was exciting. I was excited. But at the same time, I'm not excited because I know the Bella's going to turn on her.
Yeah, that's going to happen, right? That's an inevitability so that they can have the belts for themselves. I am happy to see Paige back. I think it's been a long time coming.
Well, I saw when her AEW contract was up, I had a feeling she was coming back, and then I saw that she was going to be at WrestleFest at the Palms, and so I was like, no, she's definitely coming back.
Well,
I did not know it was going to be. I didn't know it was going to be in that match or anything, but
yeah,
I thought she would have been.
She was originally planned to return at Rumble, and then something happened and it just fell through.
Oh, okay.
So I think she's been under contract since back then.
Okay.
Ultimately, Brie and Paige win the belts here in a match that nobody cared about.
It was,
the only thing that mattered here was Paige returning.
Yeah.
Now, I got to say, from like a production standpoint, if you really want to utilize this first hour on ESPN2 to like get people to switch over to your premium service, wouldn't you use the tease of who's going to be our mystery like person? Or the last thing you should see is Paige walking out, switch over now to see her return. Like that to me is, if you're going to really try and do this whole first hour crap to get people to want to buy and switch over for the rest of the show.
I mean, I think, well, the main thing is that's why they put like with the match with IO Speed up front, because they knew people will watch that because it's IO Speed.
No, I get that, but I'm
women's
saying,
they're not. I mean, I knew
get the carryover.
Well, no, that's the thing, is that the fact of the matter is that they already advertised that match was going to be on that first hour. It wasn't going to be.
No, you're missing my point. So the Fatal 4-Way tag was the first match of the no longer on ESPN.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
If you were going to set it up that way and you're going to have this huge reveal of
okay,
returning Paige, why not use that as
I see what you're saying. So
I'm just talking about from like a business perspective.
No, now I understand what you're saying, because the whole thing was that, yeah. Actually, you know what? Real quick before we continue, this WrestleMania was weird too. Like with the champions coming out before the challengers, I was like,
Sometimes,
what?
Not
In some of the matches,
necessarily.
not all the time, but some of the time, I was like, what the hell?
Well, in this case, you had Bree and Paige come out last because
It was Paige, yeah.
When they did that fatal, or when they did the ladder match for the tag team belts when the Hardys returned, you're not going to have the Hardys come out first and wait in the ring while everybody else comes out.
No. Well, they were also when it's a surprise. I can understand if it's like a surprise entrant or something like that, but like if it's just like a normal entrance, it's like, why are they coming out second? But anyway,
speaking of championship matches, next up, WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Again, for me, throwaway. Who cares? 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Not enough time to tell a story. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee. Becky goes over.
Again, garbage.
This again is garbage. Like, you could have told a much better story here. Still have Becky win. But to me, what should have happened is Jessica Carr, the referee, should have counted the 1, the 2, realize the buckle's off, and be like, hold on. No. Then let them keep fighting. Add another 1 to 2 minutes. Still have Becky go over. Again, just the psychology of what it seems like they're trying to set up, which is an eventual match between Becky and Jessica Carr. Like, this was an opportunity missed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't understand. So is she? Was she a wrestler?
Most referees.
I know they go through training and stuff, but maybe she.
Well, and most of them were wrestlers, but they're not there. They don't have the charisma. Usually they're technically fine, but they don't have that it thing, if you will.
And Jessica Carr, I find her to be very entertaining, especially when it comes to these Becky Lynch matches as of late.
Next up, the second longest match on the card, which, again, not quite sure why. Didn't think this was a great match. And the ending of this match negates the whole match. Gunther defeating Seth Rollins. I think you could have had Gunther win clean. You didn't have to have the run-in. You could have had the run-in post-match.
I knew it was coming.
I mean, yes. I don't think anybody in their right mind wasn't expecting Braun Breaker,
yeah,
to make his return. But again, I think it could have been post-match. I think you could have had a true fight here. Let Gunther win, and it just shows how much more dominant he is. And then have Braun Breaker come out and destroy Seth and set up that feud.
Yeah, I mean we already knew that was going down anyway.
Yeah, so we all know that this was a match that was just made to get 2 of your top stars on the card.
There was nothing. Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, bro, what? Like, you just came out of nowhere, bro. What?
Yeah, because usually when you have this kind of match ending, it's to protect the one who's losing, right? You don't want Seth Rollins to lose any face to the fans, and so you have this. Seth doesn't need that. He is so over. It is so known how great he is. He could have lost cleanly to Gunther, or even have Gunther directly do something, kind of heelish, which he's done a lot, and still win. Like, I think you could have done that and then have the run in. I think it would have been much better.
Yeah.
Next up, Trouble. That's me. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer. Not even 7 minutes. How are you going to try and set this up as some massive feud? You're gonna put the women's title on the line. This is your Royal Rumble winner. And you give them 6 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah. I was disappointed. I was disappointed in that match. Well, also because now I have to deal with it. We have to hear Liv Morgan's stupid. Oh, that song is awful, bro. Oh my God. The song's awful. The music video is awful.
Didn't you like watching Corey Graves twerk after WrestleMania Night One on the post show?
No, I did not watch the post show. Unfortunately, thankfully at that point, God. Ugh. But no, like the song is horrible. Like you barely wrestle well, and now you're trying to sing.
I don't know about that. I think she's very good in the ring. I think she's talented. But no, she can't sing. To say, I mean, clearly she can sing better than you or I because she's got a music video and single out there that's top of the charts.
It's garbage because people
look it up, man. She is charting.
Garbage.
I don't disagree. Then we have our evidently main event. And just prior to, John Cena comes out to announce the attendance, and we have the returning, not returning, Bianca Belair.
Yeah. I was like, oh, nice. And then I was like, oh, what?
Well, as she's walking out, I'm like, what is she wearing? Like, it looks absurd. And then, of course, we have the reveal of her pregnant belly. And okay, now I understand what she's wearing. It was to cover it up for the walk down. Right. But ultimately, like, is it because she's been gone for a year and we got to tell people something because they're wondering where she's been?
Well, yeah, maybe because like she hasn't been back on TV. Period. Like she's been like, no, I'm sorry. I think the last time I saw her, so WrestleMania was this 41. I remember she like broke her knuckle, which is weird to be out for so long. Okay, cool. She came back in Knoxville, still apparently wasn't healed. Okay, cool. And then the next time I see you is at WrestleMania and you're pregnant. So you're still out. But your knuckle seems to be healed. Cool.
Knuckle knocked up. Which leads us to our main event. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Garbage.
No, here's what.
This is the Randy Orton of like 2009, 10, 11. Slow, boring, headlock.
No, he was hurt. He definitely got hurt during this match. And the only reason he hurt him, well, he hurt himself. It wasn't anything Cody did, of course. But there was a point when he was down on the mat.
He hurt Cody.
He did hurt Cody.
You see that eye?
100%. Whew, I was like, man, see the other guy. Not that bad, but no, like when there's a point when Randy Orton was down and I saw him call the ref over to him. He was in the ring and I saw it and then they kind of cut away. But I was like, oh, he's hurt. He is 100% hurt. So I was like, I had to kind of resign myself to he's losing this match.
I mean, from everything we've heard, that was already planned for him to lose. So I don't think it's because he got hurt. Because
I don't. Then why? Okay, then because the fans are kind of over Cody at this point, unless Cody's going, and that's what he did do a couple heel things during this match, but
he was very heelish, and we'll talk about Monday night in a minute, but I definitely think they are moving in the direction of heel Cody, but. I may be right. Maybe Randy got hurt. I haven't seen any reports of that or heard of that. But this was 22 minutes and 40 seconds. That this didn't need to be that long with the match that they laid out and performed.
Because it was all I think the only reason it went even long is because of the beginning. Is that just the match itself, or is that with the beginning shenanigans?
No, bell to bell, 22 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oh, so it was even longer than that with all the stuff.
Yeah, if you factor in like the Pat McAfee shenanigans, hitting him with the microphone and that crap, it would be even longer.
Yeah.
So overall, for me, WrestleMania Night One was a big old stinker. At best, I could give it a D. For D's nuts. It was bad.
Yeah, it was not. It definitely did not. Night One did not live up to its potential.
It almost felt, and like one of the things that I've heard and seen kind of circulated is that Hunter almost set this up as night one, the TKO night, where all the stuff that they were pushing and saying they wanted, so that night two could be more his show, so he could show
I'm better
this
than
is
you.
what you guys thought we should do. This is the Rock. This is the the board at TKO. Like this is what Ari Emanuel, right?
Yeah, those guys, they need to. I'm sorry, like the fact that when they joined up, I was like, oh my god. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff they've done, I get, but like they don't do like a lot of the house shows anymore. They don't do. So pretty much they only focus on
They
Raw.
don't do house shows anymore. Period.
I mean, when they go overseas, they do some. They do.
Yeah. I'm talking about like
Here, in the States, I know they don't. Yeah, there's no house shows. It's only Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, which I guess cuts down on some costs or whatever. But
I mean, significantly, you can reduce contracts. You can reduce lots of stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, but then when they do the overseas stuff, and it's like they are doing house shows because they're not over there as much, of course. So I mean, I don't have any problem with that, but because I didn't really go to house shows anyways.
Well, and part of it is now they have NXT touring as well, so they really have 3 shows a week. When you really think about it, so it's not. Before
NXT tours a little bit. They do a few shows a week, but most of that's been, well, at least as of late, a lot of it they do. Yeah, they're big PLEs. They sometimes do outside.
I was just more talking in general. Like you have 3 shows a week that are emulating from different locations around the country every week. You've got an NXT show, you've got a SmackDown show, and a Raw show. Generally, not all at the same place, right? They're in 3 different locales,
right?
So I think the concept of the house show, you only have a couple other nights a week where you would do them anyways. So it is a huge cost saver, and they don't need the money from the house shows, otherwise they'd do them.
Yeah.
But what would you give night one?
C-.
Wow. Clearly higher than I graded.
Yeah, I see. Like, that's the thing, is that I'm not. I just watch to enjoy. I don't really. I mean, yes, some of the matches I definitely care about. Like, I was definitely bummed that Randy Orton lost because I like Cody, but I'm kind of over Cody. But the dude comes back. He's had 4. Is it 4 back-to-back main events at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Like the first time when he didn't finish
3. Because him and Seth Rollins wasn't the main event.
No, I'm talking. Oh, well, no. Oh, well, because he was on night 2. He was the.
So if you're saying
from Hollywood, I'm talking about, or whatever Hollywood, he won. He lost. Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not his return. I'm not talking about his return. I know that's not main event. But I'm talking about like when he's actually been in main events, because he.
So are you saying because he main evented both nights of last year or the year before?
Which I'm not saying like that's. I'm not counting both nights. I'm just saying he did main event the final night against Roman Reigns when he won. But there was the year before he was in the main event with Roman Reigns, lost.
Mm-hmm.
The following year he won.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was in the main event the year after that, or one of the main events. Was it last year?
Who was he in the main event last year?
No, that was what was. I don't remember, because I remember I think it was at CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins was the first night's main event, right? Or the second.
Oh, see, and it's probably the worst WrestleMania match ever. Cena and it was Cena and Cody.
That's right. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, so that's
That
what
was
I'm talking.
garbage.
Well, I knew they were gonna give Cena the belt there, but
That was that was a garbage match. Moving on, WWE World. This is day 4, show 1. So this is Sunday, April 19th in the morning. Your first match was Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde defeated Brutus and Julius Creed.
yeah, and that's the thing that pisses me off too, because I really like the Creed brothers. When they were on NXT, and then they brought them over to the main roster, then they haven't used them well. They had them with Chad Gable, which was just this lame, and they are so much better than what they've been used as.
Then you had a Psycho Clown defeating Eric.
Psycho Clown's fun.
Then you had Harlem Lewis and Callie Armstrong defeating Cam Hendricks and Nikita Lyons.
I think it's Elite. It has to be Elite.
JC Jane defeating Thea Hale.
Well, yeah.
And then Akira Tozawa and Otis defeating La Parca and Mr. Iguana.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So
Mr. Iguana had a main event match with Apollo Crews on Friday. It was quite hilarious.
So that was in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we had Jada Parker defeating Fallon Henley.
Okay.
And Bravo and Rayo Americano defeating Miles Bourne and Shiloh Hill.
Really? That's interesting. Okay.
Which leads us to WrestleMania Night 2. One less match.
I thought they had one more.
No. Night 1 had 7. Night 2 has 6.
Okay.
So this is Sunday, April 19th, Allegiant Stadium, 55,255. So 5,000 more people.
We were in there.
Where were you sitting?
We were up. We were up and like almost not behind the stage, but like we were at the top. So when we were looked down, the stage was the entrance with that big opening you could kind of see there, and then we saw the whole ramp and everything.
And how much did you pay for Sunday night?
One was it like 167? Yeah, because there were some tickets that were like 132. They were actually higher. And it was like, bro, we were I was trying to get them. And I ended up, and by the time I ended up getting to the end with everything, it was like, oh, they're gone. And I was like, what the? Then why do I go through all this garbage to try and get these tickets?
See, the second you've like grabbed them, that should lock them.
Yeah, and yeah, so. But yeah, anyways, they were gone. So we paid a little bit. We paid like $30 more, but the seats were good. People we were sitting next to, they were awesome. A lot of cool guys. It was a lot of fun being, because I hadn't been to WrestleMania in 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of nice being in there, just, being in the atmosphere of it all.
And again, you and your brother?
Yeah.
So we had the shortest match of WrestleMania, the opening match, probably the best match in my opinion. Second best match. Oba Femi defeating Brock Lesnar clean.
Yeah.
In almost a squash.
Almost. Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. Here's the crazy thing. You hate Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I think Brock Lesnar is one of the smartest when it comes to knowing how to do this business. He may be the greatest of all time. And he worked the crowd. He slid outside of the ring. He worked the psychology in a very short squash style match, but still put the kid over. And evidently is going out on his shield.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think so. Apparently,
gloves in the ring.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know. So apparently that wasn't the plan originally, but apparently like whatever he left UFC because of, or like when he had to step away from UFC and all that stuff, the
Diverticulitis.
Yeah, apparently that's coming back. And so I guess he was like, I'm done.
No, this is a complete work.
Oh, is it?
So the favor is going to be from Gunther getting Brock at SummerSlam, which is in Minneapolis,
Oh.
to retire Gunther in Minneapolis.
You mean to retire Brock?
To retire Brock, yes. Sorry.
Which again, I guess it's just going to add to his career killer or whatever.
I mean, this is eventually going to, at some point down the road, set up Gunther retiring Orton, the legend killer versus the career killer. And then he will defeat Randy Orton and take on the moniker of legend killer.
No.
Either way, Oba Femi, like, here's the thing I'm very frustrated by with this whole thing, though. Everyone should be talking about Oba Femi and how good he looked and how great he was, but they're talking about Brock retiring. And so there's the part of me that questions if this was a legit retirement. Okay, fine, I get it. If it is not, then all you did was not help Oba as much as you could have by doing this.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, and that's the thing too, is that there's a lot of people who are just getting on this Oba train. Like, I've been on Oba's train since NXT. Like, I've liked his character since the moment I saw him on NXT. Not just because he's a big dude,
because he's black.
No, and not even because of that. It's just that he's pretty much, look, it starts like with the lights and everything at the beginning and him coming out and just being like, I'm like, yo, this guy's got presence, bro. And I dug that. Like, and then just the strut. I love the strut. I mean, actually, a lot of people, and it's kind of, they actually had on Friday night, they had a strut cam. I was like, oh, these people are horrible. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Next up,
that boy Oba.
Next up, we had one of the most dangerous ladder matches I've ever witnessed.
Bro. Oh my goodness.
A 6-man Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, Rusev, and the retaining Penta.
As I said before, when I was looking at it, one of these things is not like the other.
Rusev took bumps.
He did.
Rusev saved Javon, because if Rusev hadn't thrown himself off the ladder,
Javon wouldn't have hit that. And
I don't know if that was a mistake. I don't know what happened there, but it looks stupid. But it saved Javon, because otherwise Rusev could have just stood there and let him completely miss. Yeah. Be like, well.
Oops. Yeah.
So Rusev saved any credibility, frankly. And this is my problem with this young guy. I know you're a big fan of Javon, and I'm not hating, but he's young. He's too bouncy. He needs to calm down. Like, that's when mistakes happen. That's when people get hurt. It is amazing to me that JD McDonough is not concussed and out.
When
the fact that he wrestled Monday night, we'll talk about that. But the fact that he wrestled Monday night blows my mind.
The fact that when we saw him walking out of there after that match, like, I was like, oh my God, he's dead. Like, I mean,
you weren't listening to commentary, but Michael Cole, I don't know if you went back and watched it, but he's like, JD McDonough is dead. Like, and I'm like, you shouldn't be saying that, because I think he said it at like 2 or 3 different points throughout the match. And it's like, you really can't say that. I mean, Owen Hart, like, that's still too soon.
Well, I mean, like, the whole, like, the
I feel like JD McDonough's hit
Rey Mysterio
hit that ladder about as hard as Owen Hart's head hit the turnbuckle on his way down.
When Rey Mysterio,
no response.
No, absolutely not. Like when I think it was Penta threw Rey Mysterio into Rusev, and Rusev went through that ladder, I was like, oh my God, he's done. And then he actually ended up coming back, and then the Penta driver, we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen on the ladder, but it was almost like, oh no, like, because we thought, because it started off higher, and then they brought it down to the ladder level, and I was like, okay, but still, it was like, oh no.
I was very surprised they did it on a ladder, especially one that wasn't a breakaway. And probably if it had been a breakaway, it would have been much worse.
Yeah, I think it had to be a sturdy one. That's why they did it that way.
I just wish, I don't know, like those kinds of things to me, the risk reward, man, yeah, it worked out. Nobody, as far as we can tell, nobody is like seriously injured or whatever, but like that, I mean, if his head goes through the rung or anything, and I mean, it could just be very bad, very quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think also like Penta, he's gonna, he's not gonna. I mean,
he's going to protect him. That's his job.
Yeah, but I don't know. And it's kind of, I mean, because like that. So I mean, he's gonna make sure that especially something like that. He's got to make sure that he hits that 100% correct.
It's just more of you don't practice that move.
Mm-mm.
Because it's one of those, you're just, this is the spot we're going to do, but we ain't practicing it because
I can really only do this one time.
It was to me, like from a purely like spot entertainment value, this was probably the best match for that in the whole show.
Oh yeah,
there was no psychology here. There was no bro.
Sorry, I was putting these away, so I was getting them out of the way.
The mic, man.
Yeah, it was just spots, and it was
like watching the NBA All-Star game.
It was an entertaining match.
Yeah,
up and down.
Next up, we had again to me very disappointing United States Championship match. Trick Williams, Sami Zayn. Trick Williams over, not surprising, but the match itself, again, based on what they've built up, and you only gave him 7 minutes. Like this just felt robbed. It felt like there never was a point where I was invested.
Oh, I mean, I think also being there was, just being around people, that made it more entertaining too. So
maybe,
yeah.
I feel like it's one of those where if I had like turned around to sneeze, I might have missed the match.
No, I mean, it wasn't that short, but yeah.
Another street fight. Our third street fight of the weekend. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
And the street fight component was announced earlier in the day.
Oh, okay, because I was like, they just okay, so that's why I was like.
And again, I'm not quite sure how it was a street fight. All three of these
just say instead of, don't put street fight on it, put no DQ.
Yeah.
Just put no DQ.
Yeah.
Because the street fight is basically just a non-disqualification match.
Yeah. Or, with the Finn Balor match, you could have turned it into a Extreme Rules match or, whatever. Because at the end of the day, that's really just a no DQ anyways. But if you're going to put a label on it, why would you label 3 matches, street fights, over the course of the weekend, and none of them felt like a street fight?
Yeah. It's not. I don't know what they're, because like back in the day when it was a street fight, it was a street fight. Like we were in the parking lots, we were in the arena, in the hallways of the arena. We'd be in the parking lot. Sometimes, I mean, a couple times it would be on the front of the arena in the street, not in the street, but outside of the arena, and then it would make its way back in. But and I guess. I mean, because only falls count anywhere is like when falls count anywhere. Otherwise, everything just ends in the ring. It's like, that's not a street fight, bro. What?
Yeah, I mean, last man standing can be anywhere in the arena, right?
Yeah, because
it's just wherever the 10 count happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But lately, those have been just out by the ring.
Yeah. So again, this match I thought was fine. It did not feel like the blow off to this, feud that they've established.
The gingerbread man.
Yeah, I don't know. But Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, street fight. Just
again, we found it was very enjoyable being there.
See, and watching it, I just felt like this is a waste of the gimmick of the demon. It wasn't necessary. It's a waste of the gimmick of street fight. It wasn't necessary. Um, and especially when like you're trying to make it seem like this was the big blow off to the two of these guys that have basically been like hurting each other, and ultimately, Finn gets his back stabbed, right? And this is what we get. Like it did not feel big enough to warrant WrestleMania. Just felt like you could have done this match on a Monday night. It didn't need to be on Mania.
I understand why it was, because Dominic's big, and we haven't seen the demon in a while, so it was like whatever, put it on there. I get it. I just thought it was gonna be a match. I didn't know about the street fight until like I was like, oh.
Did they not announce it in the arena?
No, I mean they did, but like I had no idea it was, because I just thought it was just a match, even just from the build up that they'd had.
Well, again, it wasn't announced until that day, that morning.
Yeah.
So, next up, again, a match that going into this, I told you I didn't care about. The WWE Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Basically, the exact same finish almost as what we had from night one with Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer. It was almost identical when you really think about it. You've got two other women getting involved, engaging, causing chaos. And then here you have two women getting involved, causing chaos. The only difference was the outcome. In this case,
Io came out to help Rhea, and then actually, I will say it was kind of that her getting out of the Jaded was actually pretty interesting. I'd never like the way she just slid under and then got her into a whatever, what's her Riptide. I was like, that was like okay.
What did you think of the Sandstorm?
It was like okay. It was because I couldn't really see the entrance where it was, but
no, I'm talking about the move that Jade did.
Oh, Sandstorm.
You don't know what it was. So it is known as the one-winged angel. And this is a move used over on AEW. I can't remember which wrestler it is that uses it. I think it might be Kenny Omega. And it is a move that only three people have ever kicked out of. And it is meant to be like a very protected finish. And so the rumor mill is that WWE told Jade to go ahead and do it because she left AEW, came to WWE, and because AEW intentionally moved, had this big event on Wednesday on their Dynamite where they had a big, almost Mick Foley-esque championship change on Dynamite. You remember when Mick won the belt?
Yeah.
And how that was on a random Monday night, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
So AEW did that this week. Or this last week, leading up to WrestleMania. And so WWE took that as a slight that they were trying to steal attention from WrestleMania. And so
is that when what's his name? That kid won?
Darby,
yeah.
Darby O'Gill or whatever. Darby Allin.
Yeah. That was his win. That's because I was like, I saw that he had the championship, and I was like, oh. Huh?
Yeah. So ultimately, there's a lot of people saying that WWE had Jade do that move and told Rhea go ahead and kick out of it to kind of be disrespectful to AEW. And it makes sense because they are that petty, right?
They are that petty, bro. I was watching this video. They were showing they had all the team belts, the football team belts, except one. The only belt they didn't have in the case was my Jacksonville Jaguars because of the cons.
That's pretty funny.
Like this guy was like, hey, check this out. So I'm at WWE World and they have all the football team championship belts, but one's missing. And so he's showing all of them. And I'm looking, and I'm like, what the hell? Where's Jacksonville's? And then sure enough, I thought about it and I was like, oh God,
the Khan zone.
Well, the son, but I don't know. Dad probably has something to do with it.
No, the dad is the owner. Khan's like the son is helping run the team now, but
yeah, but no, I was just like, dang. No, I'm talking about the for AEW.
Oh yeah, Tony's the kid's running AEW.
Yeah, that's and I'm like, oh,
but it's with daddy's money.
Yeah, of course. I was like, oh, that hurts my feelings.
But see how petty and spiteful. Like
I was like, that's too good though. I was like, when after I saw it, I was like, I can't be mad. That's funny. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. So then we have the classical entertainment spot with John Cena, The Miz, Kit Williams. I'm sorry, who are you?
Yeah.
And of course, there's John, as he always does, burying young talent. And of course, the the scariest moment of WrestleMania for me, Danhausen with the midget squad.
I thought those were kids for a second. I was like, oh no, those are midgets. Yeah. And actually, I saw the Michael Cole was like, don't try and cancel me because that's what they told me to call them.
Yep. Yep. They were the Las Vegas midget squad or something.
Yeah, it was, but I was like,
I didn't realize you had that many of them down there. It makes me question when I'll ever.
That was by far one of the funniest things. Just like Danhausen has quickly become one of my favorite characters just in general, because it's so outlandish. And then like the the smoke and like John Cena just straight up losing it, because he was like, this is out, like even for John it was like this is a lot.
I think for John it was probably like, oh, this is the new Santina Marella.
Yeah. I need him to have. He hasn't had a match yet.
No, that's not true. He had one. He had one Friday night. Last Friday.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did.
He wrestled Kit Wilson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he beat him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And then, of course, here Saturday night at WrestleMania, he punched Kit Wilson in the dick.
No, one of the midgets punched Kit Wilson in the dick.
Oh, he punched the Miz in the dick.
Yeah.
That's just not cool.
Yeah, no punch, not punch. I mean, like even
like punch a guy in the dick. You don't do that.
Cup check maybe, but not just a straight up punch to the.
Yeah, you do a little pee tap, but
not a punch to the dick.
We actually straight fisted.
Actually, just straight. We had to stop doing that because we were doing that during one of the dance shows. It was cup check, and like one of the guys decided to cup check somebody when they were about to pull a rail. I was like, no, you can't do this. Caught him, and he's like, and luckily
somebody could die.
No, it was. I mean, it was locked. Everything was locked when he did it, but it was just at the same time he had to recover quickly to pull it. And I was like, you can't. No, against the rules. You can't cup check on when somebody's on rail. There's rules to this thing.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Everything, like I said, everything was locked down. But yeah, I was like, nah, that's no. But anywhere else, okay.
And we did have the Blimphausen flying around
the
stadium, which was pretty funny to see.
WrestleMania Hausen.
But,
and him finally getting to meet John Cena was
that was Monday, but yes, that
was on at WrestleMania.
No, that was Monday when he came out in the shorts and the hat. And
no, I'm talking about when he actually got to meet John, because he
I thought you were talking about
at WrestleMania, because
I heard got to be John Cena. I'm like that
no, that was definitely the next night. That was actually also quite hilarious too,
and not televised, by the way.
Oh, that wasn't?
No.
Oh,
WWE released it on their socials and everything, but
yeah, because that was actually quite entertaining.
yeah,
It was quite
because he couldn't get the smoke to turn off the car.
Yeah, that was
and then it followed him.
yeah.
Um,
The Danhausen mobile.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want that car.
And it's just really kind of funny because I remember watching because I don't know why I didn't think he was married, but I was like, huh? Like when I saw his wife at the Hall of Fame, I was like, oh, okay. Hey, where did he come from anyways? Was he an AEW guy or something?
I mean, he was a indie guy.
Okay.
And then he went to AEW.
Okay.
And AEW didn't really capitalize and utilize him. And he became friends with CM Punk while CM Punk was there. And CM Punk was like, you got to get this guy over here. Like, he'll make you guys money. And
he had a number of shirts. They had Danhausen.
He's number one. He's the number one merch seller already.
They had shirts. They had a couple of different shirts.
Like when he said
"You are cursed, Las Vegas," he had face masks. I saw kids in the face paint. I saw grown people in the face paint.
They had a face painting booth at WWE World where people could go and pay to get his face painting, which he is brilliant. He was the first person ever to trademark his face paint.
Really?
So no one can do that without him getting a cut.
Nice.
So at WWE World, when they were doing those face paints, for every single kid that got their face painted like Danhausen, he got paid.
Money. That's brilliant. And I mean, like he's just like my brother was like, he's annoying, and I was like, bro, just get behind
brilliant.
I was just get behind it, because the thing is, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, when he first came out, I was like, oh, come on, what is this? And then like once then I got the gimmick, and I was like, okay, I can roll with this. This is fun. And then like it wasn't until it's like a week or so ago, and I was like, okay, I'm bought in now. And I was gonna get it. I wanted a shirt, but the one that I actually liked was long sleeve, and I'm not really a fan of long sleeve t-shirts. And the other one I just didn't really care for. It was the "You Are Cursed Vegas." And I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling it. So like I wanted a Danhausen shirt, but unfortunately I didn't like the ones that they had at WrestleMania.
Fair enough. Which of course now leads us to our main event: Roman Reigns, CM Punk. 33 minutes and 58 seconds of bell to bell.
That was a long ass match.
But it was
solid.
This was, to me, the only 5-star match of WrestleMania.
Solid match.
This was the best match. Again, Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, that's number 2. This is the number 1 match.
Absolutely.
Of all WrestleMania. It might be one of the best matches at WrestleMania in the last few years, honestly. Don't get me wrong, the Bloodline Rules match was really great, but that was more for the pops of Undertaker and Rock and Cena. And it was a fine match, don't get me wrong, but this match with just the two of them, no one else involved. Amazing. Brilliant. Well done. The intros, brilliant. Well done. CM Punk coming out to his Ring of Honor entrance music. Amazing. Seeing, the Rock's Roman's music done, with the classical trio, singer, piano, timpani.
And with like the hall of the showing of the family and that was it was killer, man.
Start to finish, if you include all of the time, this thing was close to 50 minutes with the intros and but well worth the time, worth the match, the story, the psychology. It was fantastic. It was Punk is old and ran out of gas. Punk 10 years ago would have handedly finished Roman Reigns. But
when he hit that move and he came off the ropes and landed back on him,
which we've seen happen before. That happened with Seth Rollins on multiple times.
And he couldn't get him up. I was like, oh man, this is a wrap. This is a wrap. And then again, like what? How many? So which is weird because the Spanish commentator table was normally the one that get destroyed, but not this time around. The regular commentators table got destroyed twice, 3 times. Yeah, so like I think 3 times this weekend. Because I know once there, I Show Speed put Logan Paul through it. Jelly Roll put Pat McAfee through it, and then Roman Reigns and I can't remember who did who, but I remember Roman
Punk elbow drop.
Roman Reigns through the.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Because I remember. Yeah. Because Roman put CM Punk through the Spanish announce table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, honestly, yeah. Actually, it was crazy because that ref let a lot go.
Well, yeah, you straight up let Roman
hit him with the
steel
stairs
chair and slam him in the head with it. Like that's how is that not a DQ in a traditional rules match? Like
I was like,
talk about letting things go.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, okay, we're just letting that go now. I was surprised that like CM Punk didn't do something along the same lines and be like, you let him hit me with the chair. So.
I mean, he did give him a low blow.
Oh, that's true. He did. Yeah, he did. But the ref's back was turned. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that was actually kind of brilliant because we were talking about like the guy when we were up in the stands. We were like when he like started taking off the tape. I was like, what in the world? And he threw it, and the ref like is getting it out of the ring, and he low blows him. We were like, oh, that was brilliant.
Again, the psychology of the match was fantastic.
Yeah, and
the storytelling was fantastic.
Both of them jaw jacking each other throughout the match was great.
CM Punk grabbing an Ula Fala off a fan and putting it over.
That was crazy.
I'm sure that was a planned spot, right? Like it wasn't. I'm sure he didn't genuinely just take that off of somebody.
I mean, at least I saw Roman toss it back to the guy after the match, so it must have been. But
yeah, I'm sure it was planned, but still, again, just one of the, if not, like I'll have to process and give it some time, but like honestly, maybe the best WrestleMania match, start to finish. Storytelling, match, fighting, everything.
That's what I said. I said this is a match of the year candidate, if not the winner, because
yeah,
it was good all the way through.
Yeah. I am, of course, not happy with the outcome because I'm a big CM Punk fan. I'm not hating on Reigns. I am curious to see what happens now.
Well, the one thing he said, you're going to see a lot more of me, which I hope that's true. And
supposedly Roman's going to be around all summer.
Which is actually kind of funny to me because I thought, I'm sure they'll probably during the week or whatever, then they'll have to run. But I know because with Street Fighter coming, him and Cody are going to have to do press.
Yeah, but most of that stuff's weekend.
Yeah, during the week, like when you're not.
Next up, we had the WWE main event taping. So this was at the T-Mobile Arena on April 20th, Monday.
Yeah.
You had the original El Grande Americano defeating Grayson Waller.
Yeah, and then you had the original.
No, the original was in the first match. Then you had El
Grande Americano, and I was like, huh?
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the Americanos. Like, let's just get somewhere with this, please.
Well, the thing is, the payoff for them has literally been in AAA. They've had like the last thing they had, I believe, original during the match attacked new. And so like that, that feud is kind of going it's AAA stuff. That's all AAA.
Okay.
AAA.
This leads us to the night after WrestleMania, the Monday Night Raw, where we only had 4 matches.
God, that was so long.
And the longest match was only 11 minutes and 57 seconds. But we open up the show with the ruler, in a suit.
Yo, boy was
Strutting in a
fly,
suit.
bro. Boy was fly. The watch, bro. Oh,
No, you know what that was? That was I can be the face.
yeah. Oh, listen, he had the suit. He was clean. I mean, the boy was sharp, and just came out, said 3 words, and was done. I was like, oh, that's hey.
That's all he needed to do.
It's all. The ruler is here.
That's 4 words, but that's okay.
Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, man, bro, it didn't need to say anything else. Impact done.
Yep.
And left the ring. Posed a little bit and left. I was like, oh.
So first match of the night was the tearjerker of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley getting separated to take on Asuka and Kairi Sane. Send them with a good vibes. Io Rhea going over.
Yeah.
But now getting split up.
I was surprised this went as long as it did, honestly.
11 minutes, 38 seconds.
Yes. It was good. I mean, overall, it was a good match, though. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed watching that match.
Then you had the new addition pickup to Monday Night Raw, Ethan Page going up against Javon Evans.
Yeah, because I have not really cared for Ethan. I mean, don't get me wrong. Apparently, like Ethan Page is great on the mic. He's great in the ring. I'm just not a fan of Ethan Page.
You're not a fan of his abilities, or you're not a fan of the character?
Just the character. I'm just not a fan of. And
that's what they want.
They want me to be. These guys sitting next to me. Oh, absolutely went nuts for Ethan Page. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay.
Then we had another, I guess, potential call up. Maybe not abundantly clear, but Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka was called up. Yeah.
Is she officially? Because she was on.
She was on NXT. Well, she was on the Rumble, and then she had. That's why I think Zarya had the one last hit her.
I guess my bigger fear is when you think about Roxanne Perez and how they introduced her, and supposedly she was called up, and then we only saw her like a handful of times over that first year before she really became more of a fixture within the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they don't do that to Sol as well. Like either call her up and actually have her become a part of the roster, or keep her at NXT.
Yeah, I think once this she had a I didn't watch NXT this week either, but she had a match against Zarya this past week.
Last woman standing.
Yeah, which I think that was ending that whole feud. So once that's done, and again, I don't know who wants him if you know. Yeah, which I'm assuming she won, but even if she didn't, she could come up to the main roster. I was actually juiced when I saw her, when her music hit. I was like, oh, snap. I'm a big fan of Sol Ruka. Soul Snatcher is one of my favorite moves. I mean, yes, it's just like a flipping stunner, but still, it looks so clean in the ring, man.
Yeah, when it's hit right, it looks good.
Yeah.
And I think she'll do well. I don't like putting her up against the champion on day one.
No, I mean, I understood why and the thing is that she came.
No, the psychology of why she came out and saying you deserve this.
Yeah, I was like, ew, gross. No, but so that whole thing was kind of irritating. And so I mean, it will lead to a feud. I think she needs to be going up against I could see her up against like Becky, or up against what's the other? So it's or the not North American champion, that's on NXT, or the United States champ. Who is that?
Julia over on SmackDown.
No, Julia doesn't have. Does Julia still have it?
I thought so.
Oh yeah, I think no. Yeah, no. What? You might be right. I think you're right.
I'm probably right. But if you're really just wondering about, the women on Raw, you've got AJ Lee, theoretically, Asuka, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Brie Bella. Who else we got? Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Jackie. No, not Jackie. Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, Maxine Dupree, Lyra Valkyria, Naomi when she comes back, Natty, Nikki, Raquel, Roxanne, now Sol, and Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, and Zoe Stark, technically.
She's still around?
Who?
Zoe?
She is injured, but yes, she's still employed.
Okay. I had high hopes for her. Like she started off hot, and then it just like I don't know what happened. I guess she got hurt, and then it just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah. Your final match of the event: Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. 6 minutes 15 seconds. Clearly, this is setting up for another match, likely potentially a backlash, perhaps.
Yeah.
Didn't really care. I felt like it wasn't a great 6 minutes. It felt kind of just like throwaway.
It felt rushed. I thought like that could have been, especially for what they what they built up during the night with the promos, could have been better.
Yeah, let's finish out the show. So of course we have then the final promo, Roman coming out with the Usos. Let's get back together. Let's get the band back together and throw up the ones and at Backlash. Yeah, at Backlash.
When he first came out, I was like, oh, if Jacob Fatu joins this, because they are, they're again.
I mean, that's what's going to happen, right?
Jacob's
not going to win.
Yeah, he's not going to win, but at the same time, and so I think, yeah, but him, like, again, I understand it, but at the same time, he's kind of over right now, so he doesn't really need it. He doesn't really need the group.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand this, like, logically, why you're going this route. It's not necessary unless you're really trying to build up, to get into the seventh inning now, I guess, of the bloodline.
But the thing is, truly, again,
like, are we going to really get to?
But we've had, but that's
new
the thing.
bloodline versus the MFTs.
But we've already had that.
Yeah, but it's still out there, I guess, right? Like, because
Jacob?
clearly there's the issue
Jacob.
with,
Yeah, Jacob was in, but Jacob was he on that team, or was he already broken off by that point?
No, he was still with them, I think, when they had the initial Bloodline Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I think he might have still been there, but yeah,
So I did not like the closing angle. It did not make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see Jacob. I definitely want to see Jacob go for a title, but I don't think he's not. World champion's not it yet. I think like IC champion for sure, United States champion for sure.
And I'm not saying he's not ready for the main belt, but he's not ready for the main belt to take it from Roman Reigns.
Right? No,
like, that's not legitimate. No one is seriously going to think he's going to win a Backlash, especially when Roman just said he's going to be around all summer.
Yeah,
like it doesn't make any sense. If Roman was going away, okay, I guess he's here for a couple, 2-3 weeks, and then he drops the belt and goes away. But
yeah, I was like, but yeah, I mean, I was definitely like, I was intrigued, but I was like, oh no, bro, what? No, this is not. No.
So yeah, overall, I would say for me, this WrestleMania weekend, including the Monday Night Raw, probably one of the worst in a very long time overall.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing about that I really enjoyed about Raw, even though I'm not really care, Ethan Page is good. So Ruka, glad Street Profits back, cool.
Joe Hendry announced for next week.
Oh yeah, concert, yeah. He came out during that Andre the Giant Battle Royal, so it looks like he moved up. Yeah, so I mean, I enjoyed being there. It was being in the atmosphere is always fun. So
Oh, for sure. Obviously, you're going to have a slightly different perspective because you were there amongst the universe where I was just watching, and but I think objectively, like
Oh
the
no,
shows
don't
were
get me
the
wrong. It
shows were
was
bad. Like
yeah, like
they
the
were
whole
not WrestleMania caliber.
the ending with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, or not Cody Rhodes and CM Punk on Friday was like, oh, get a room, you two. Like what?
Yeah.
That was kind of a disappointing way to end SmackDown before. Um uh
Oh, and I guess we should talk about. We didn't talk about that for Monday night. There was that promo with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes again, where
oh yeah, they're
CM
probably
Punk said he's not going to get ready. He stays ready,
yeah.
because you
Which
never know when an
Well, the
opportunity.
championship's going to fall from the sky.
And
An
then
opportunity is
out
going to
comes
fall.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and then
Whenever
yeah,
you're ready, say the word.
I was like, "Come on, bro, what?" So, anyways, but I mean, it was bound to happen, I guess. So that'll be depending on. I could definitely see a heel Cody on that one if that's where they're going.
I think CM Punk needs to go heel too, though.
Yeah,
I think like heel Punk is so much better than face Punk.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Anything else fun and or exciting?
Nah, not really.
So I do. We've gone a whole. Where's the timer? Hour and 41 minutes tonight. And I feel like it's okay now for me to go ahead and do this. I'm going to give you crap because my birthday passed and I heard 0 from you.
Oh, dang, my bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. I did forget. I did forget.
Mm-hmm.
I have your kid's birthday. But I apologize, my guy. You know what? I've had so much just random stuff going on. So apologies.
This is the one and only year I give you a pass because you just had a kid, and so I can be somewhat understanding, and the kid is still very young and lack of sleep, but it's not the first time you've forgotten. So
Yeah, that's true. But I'm not good with birthdays, anyways. I forget birthdays all the time. So that's
I could understand if you've known somebody casually for I don't know 5-10 years, but we're going on 30.
yeah. And again, I'm just really bad. I mean, listen, I most of the time I remember to get you on your birthday, text, call, something. I normally remember to do that. Not gonna lie, totally just.
I'm just saying, you're 43 now, and for almost 30 of the 43 years of your life, you have known me.
Yeah, and I thought I had. I know I had. Oh, maybe I don't have it saved. I thought I put it in here to. I thought I put it in here to for your birthday. I do. Yeah, I thought I had it locked in, but apparently I don't.
Actually,
My bad.
here's one last random interesting wrestling thing. The person holding a belt for the longest right now, coming out of WrestleMania weekend and everything, is the United States Women's Champion Julia with 111 days.
Okay, you were right. Yeah, because I figured you were right, but because she came out. She came out during the Tiffany Stratton match. Oh, that's right. I think that was was that a number one contenders match? Yeah, it was a number one contenders.
Maybe that's
match.
what it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, her and Jordana Grace. That Jordan Grace, whatever her name is. It was, but yeah, that was a number one. That was right. It was a number one contenders match for the United States Women's Championship. which again, I don't know why they brought her up because she wasn't doing any. Like they kept having her lose, and I'm like, why? Why did you even bring her up if you're just gonna keep having her lose?
That is a really good question.
Like you brought her from TNA. You had her do that absolute brilliant spot when she showed up in the Women's Royal Rumble a couple years ago, and then we didn't see her for a little while. She was on NXT and did couple things on there. I think she actually never won a championship over there the entire time there, which I thought was absolute garbage. And then you bring her up, and again, she's been losing. Like I don't even remember. I can't even think of a match she's won. And it's like, bro, why do you do this to people? I understand they want to, if they, or you want to bring them up, but don't treat them, don't have them out here looking goofy. I hate when they, especially with the talent that they have on NXT, and I mean they have a lot of talent on NXT, and it's been, like they do well on NXT, and then you bring them up and you don't do right by them. Like the Creed brothers, prime example. I really enjoyed the Creed brothers, and then you brought them up, and they were just goofs. And I was like, bro, why did you do this to them? Like some of these guys they bring up, I'm like, why do you do this to these people? Like I don't understand. Then you should have just left them over there. Don't bring them up, and then either don't use them or what their mythos on. Oh, that was the thing. Like, what's his name? Vince used to do was like bring them up and change their name. It's like, bro, what? He was just there on LA Knight was there on Tuesday. Now you have him here, and he's Max Dupree. Like what?
Dupree.
I was like, this is stupid. And then that kind of stuff always that bugs me. But yeah, but like LA Knight's one of those guys. He's again apparently he's been in a lot. He does good. And the fans are behind him, but apparently he's a jerk backstage or something. I don't know, whatever it is. And he keeps getting, so he'll get pushed, and then it's like cut him off at the knees, and then and then he has to try and work his way back up. And it's like, I don't know.
I told you, I think we talked about this a few
I think
weeks
we did
ago.
talk about it. Yeah.
Go back and watch what is it? Unscripted.
Yeah.
And you'll see, when it came to Backlash, not Backlash, Elimination Chamber last year, I guess. And or was Elimination Chamber already earlier this year? Yeah, he was in it earlier this year. That's right. And they already talked about like kind of how he botched stuff in there, and the slipping on the ropes when he was doing his jump spot, and not following out the script that was planned. So it's those are the things that you'll lose the faith of the producers and of management, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter
you
how
can be super over with the fans, but if they can't trust that you're gonna do what you're scripted or told to do.
Because like when he was U.S. champion, it was like I really liked him as U.S. champion. But yeah, no, I mean that's the last time he's even had a championship, and that lasted. I mean, it was a good little run, but could have been way better and way longer. But again, powers that be
can only control number one.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No, I got a couple things for you. I'm trying to. I think I'll just hold on to them and bring them in November. Oh, also I did. I will forward you the email I got today from Boys and Girls Club.
Okay. Yeah, stay on because I've got some stuff for you after. But
yeah,
I don't got anything else. You want to shut it down?
Yeah, let's shut it down.
Sounds good.